Hey, welcome back. I'm CRAIGO, and if I can pass my exams, you can pass your exams. But today, we're not going to be talking about exams. There are two elements of the CIMA qualification that you need to pass in order for you to reach the holy grail of the CGMA status. The first one is, of course, the exams, and the second one is the PER. The PER is by far the most requested video on my channel. So today I'm going to give you a brief introduction on PER, which will be the start of potentially a 3-video series, where later on in the series I will deep dive into the two options that you have available to you. And that's the Astranti Bell. Astranti are an online tuition provider who offer full-length CIMA courses, revision material and mock exams. You will have access to free certificate level material and 1 free mock per exam thereafter. On top of that, there is an online library full of paid material which you can access to help you progress through your CIMA qualification. All you need to do is sign up using my referral link below. In advance, if you do choose to use my link, I do just want to send out a massive thank you for doing so. But enough of that, back to the video. So PER stands for Practical Experience Requirement. Essentially, the practical experience requirements highlights that you must have a minimum of 36 months of practical work experience within the finance and management accounting space. CIMA make it quite clear on why you should have the required practical work experience in order to obtain your CGMA status. And that is because if you want to be a CGMA and obtain that designation, then you need to be able to prove that you have obtained enough quality work experience, which means that you have the required skills as a member of the accountancy body. And if you look from the outside in, this will ensure that employers have confidence that they have the required skills for their roles. And likewise from you or I as an individual perspective as well, it gives you that confidence that because you possess that CGMA, you can go to a company and you'll be in demand for them. As part of the PER qualification, there are two options that you can go down: the existing practical requirements and the updated practical requirements. So what I'm going to do now is jump into the computer behind me, and we're just going to go on the CIMA PER website. And I'm going to run through each element of the two qualifications to hopefully just give you a slight introduction for each of the options that you have. Come onto the CIMA Practical Experience Requirements website, which I will link down in the description below. Now, the first thing that I want to make clear when you come onto the Practical Experience Requirements CIMA page, it says that you need a minimum of 3 years verified practical work experience. Practical work experience requirements are an essential part of the CIMA qualification and the CIMA's members application process. And as part of this, you have two options: the existing and the updated requirements. So we're just going to spend some time going through a short video on each of those. I will just flag right now that there's a little secret that I'm going to leave until a little later to tell you about when deciding which of these requirements you should be choosing. So we have come on to the existing requirements, and you can see that there are 4 records that you need to complete as part of your career profile. And that is an assessment of practical experience and membership application forms, an employment summary, a detailed record of experience, and a record of skills development. If you come to the bottom of the page, you can see the requirements, and it shows a summary table of the different skills that are assessed through the practical experience requirements, and more specifically the existing requirements route. So you can see there are 3 areas: the basic experience, the core experience, and the supplementary experience. And if you want to find out a bit more about these and the types of skills and responsibilities that are included under each of these, then if you scroll up, there is a PDF file. And by clicking this brochure, you will be able to find out what types of roles and responsibilities fall under each of those skills and practical experience. This will provide you with a guidance to complete your existing requirements career profile. On completion of your career profile, you will either have an online or face-to-face interview, or you will choose to submit your application by post to the Helicon in London. And now we go on to the updated requirements, and here you'll see a new piece of information surrounding the term. You'll see that you need a minimum of 36 months experience, however a maximum of 60 months. You should have at least 4 competency categories which must be selected between technical and business skills, with at least 1 from each covering the minimum of 36 months. You must also have a minimum of 1 competency category each from people and leadership skills over the 13 months. One thing to note here on the technical and business skills is that at least 18 months must be at an intermediate, advanced or expert levels. The remaining 18 months can be gained across all 4 levels: the foundation, the intermediate, the advanced and the expert levels. You need to be sure that you can cover the requirements of meeting the intermediate, advanced and expert level requirements. The updated requirements is based on the CGMA competency framework, which you can see is made up of technical skills, business skills, leadership skills, people skills and ethics, integrity and professionalism. And these are the different skills that are examinable within the practical experience requirements. Your job is to choose those competencies on that framework and include that within your write-up, demonstrating how and when you have achieved those skills. As I touched on earlier, there are 4 levels of competency: the foundational level, the intermediate level, advanced and expert levels. So you need to fully understand the experience you have and where they sit within each level of the skill and competency that you have chosen. As with the existing requirements, there is a PDF brochure available so that you can fully understand what is required from you if you choose to submit the updated requirements. I recommend you take the time to take a look through that and fully understand each of the 2 routes that you can go down. And then the last element of the updated requirements is the route at which you submit your PER. Unlike existing requirements where you will have done an interview or submit your application by post, with the updated requirements you will submit your application through the membership application tool. It is a live online tool which will enable you to get live feedback as and when you submit your PER for marking. Now there is a secret, albeit not a very well kept secret from CIMA, but if you come to the PER homepage, you'll see that at the bottom of the page it says our straightforward paper-based route enables you to apply the CIMA membership by submitting a simple application by post, email or bringing your completed application to a face-to-face membership assessment session. And if I just come down slightly, it says this route uses our existing practical experience requirements only, and students often find this to be the smoothest route to membership. Take from that what you will, but CIMA are basically saying to you that the simplest way to become and pass your PER is through the paper-based route, which are the existing practical experience requirements.